I guess we can start right there, right? You guys, G2, straight away are in Berlin, is it?
Yeah.
Okay, so getting the boot camp going, something that's probably been a bit missed. Obviously, it's getting more difficult with that over time. Now we know that Katowice is on the horizon. That's starting tomorrow. You guys are already through to the top, the main group stage. We'll get to that later. We got a lot we want to talk about here, and I guess since last time we spoke to you, the team's changed. So I guess that's where we're going to start, right? Talking about this NiKo edition. If those guys have missed it, if you're listening at home and you haven't heard about it, yeah, NiKo joined G2 over there now with Hunter and Nexa, getting the Holy Trinity. I don't know what to call your area. Like, is it the Balkans? Is that right?
Yeah, the Balkans.
Okay. I gotta make, dude, I'm a moron. I always fuck this stuff up. But getting you three together, obviously very exciting prospect. We got Kenny still there and Amanek. Now with this NiKo edition, when did you guys realize this could be a possibility? How far back are we going?
Well, for myself, like, I'm not really that close and like tight with NiKo in terms of like I speak to him every day. I have no idea how long it was in the making. Like, honestly, Hunter and him, they speak to each other every day. You know, they could have been planning this since he joined in G2. But we started mentioning it like around October last year that we were gonna make roster changes, and there were like a few potential players replacements we were looking at, and then all of a sudden, just NiKo became an option. He said he wants to leave FaZe, and then just G2. The rest was just G2 between FaZe negotiating, and they sealed the deal.
Okay. Now, I guess this is where I want to lob this one over to you here, Prof. Do you have anything you want to take the direction here regarding NiKo and his induction into the squad?
Yeah, I mean, you mentioned like some other players. What was even the kind of thinking why you needed the roster change right then, and like what kind of players or some names, if you can share, even though I don't expect it, but still, what kind of players were you looking at the time?
Well, I'll start off first of like why the roster change. I think, like, honestly, I would say we pushed, like, the previous 5 we had, we pushed the team to its limits, and I think we reached our peak like at the beginning of 2020 basically, and like since then it just everything felt like we were just going like on a downward spiral, and there were a lot of issues we had in the team, and like the main one for me was basically Jax was really not improving with his English, and it was very difficult still for him to communicate with us, and like playing at tier 1 level and having like your entry fragger and like one of the main guys in your team not really understand what you're calling and what you're saying, and like not being able to like communicate properly with him was definitely a big issue. Then we had the slump of Kenny, like where he kind of felt like I think he went into some like depressed state. I think he had some personal things as well in his life, so that was also happening, and we just had a lot of things like pile up, as well as myself. Like I would say since October till like even January, like after the break, I was like severely burned out. Like I really had difficulties playing. I was thinking of like just stopping, pausing CS, like kind of what Alex did with Vitality. So we were going through like a lot of questions, a lot of things were going through the team. So at the end, we just thought that, yeah, maybe we need a roster change to maybe bring someone fresh, like fresh ideas, fresh perspective, maybe bring some life back into the team. And yeah, I will not say who the other potential roster options were, but we're glad that we got NiKo, and I think he is exactly what we needed.
All right. I mean, you were talking about obviously